Right. Packages create modules. As you write large programs, organizing your code will become increasingly important. Damn it, this music's loud. Better? Or we go to Westworld. No, Westworld. Yes. Nice. One moment. Oops, I'm back. All right. Need to figure and to wake up. All right. Managing packages. Let's start again. Packages create the modules. As you write programs, organizing your code will become increasingly important, like grouping related functionality and separating code with distinct features. We'll clarify where to find code that implements a particular feature and where to go to change how a feature works. The programs we've written so far have been in one module in one file. As the project grows, You should organize code by splitting it into multiple modules and then multiple files. A package can contain multiple binary crates and optionally one library crate. What? As the package grows, you can extract parts into separate crates that become external dependencies. This chapter covers all these techniques for very large projects comprising a set of interrelated packages that evolve together. Cargo provides workspaces, which we'll cover in Cargo Workspaces in chapter 14. Neat. We'll also discuss encapsulating implementation details, which let you reuse code at a higher level. Once you've implemented an operation, other code can call your code via its public interface without having to know how the implementation works. The way you write code defines which parts are public for other code to use and which parts are private implementation details that you reserve the right to change. This is another way to limit the amount of detail you have to keep in your head. Another related concept is scope. The nested context in which code is written has a set of names that are defined as in scope. When reading, writing, and compiling code, programmers and compilers need to know whether a particular name at a particular spot refers to a variable, function, struct, enum, module, constant, or other item, and what that item means. You can create scopes and change which names are in and out of scope. You can have two items with the same name in the same scope. Tools are able to resolve name conflicts. Let's have a number of features that allow you to manage your code's organization, including which details are exposed, which details are private, and what names are in each scope of your programs. These features, sometimes collectively referred to as module system, includes packages, crate, a cargo feature that lets you build, test, and share crates. Okay. Crates, trio modules that produce a library or executable. Modules in use. Let you control the organization, scope, and privacy of paths. Paths, a way of naming an item such as struct, function, or module. In this chapter, we'll cover all these features, discuss how they interact, and explain how to use them to manage scope. By the end, you should have a solid understanding of the module system and be able to work with scopes like a pro. Packages and crates. First part of the module system we'll cover are packages and crates. Create the smallest amount of code that the Rust compiler considers at the time. Even if you run Rust C rather than Cargo and pass a single source code file, as we did all the way back in Rust, the compiler considers that file to be a crate. Crates can contain modules, and the modules may be defined in other files that get compiled with the crate, as we'll see in the coming sections. Crate can come in one of two forms, binary or library. Binary are programs that you can compile to an executable that you can run, such as a command line program or server. Each must have a function called main that defines what happens when an executable runs. All the the crates we've created so far have been binary crates. YouTube is good. What's up with Kit?
Chupapi muñeño.
Yeah, what's up, Mr. Nail Pointer?
Chupapi mo fucking ñeño.
What is cooking? Bro, that hacker news thing was so epic. What's up? It was such a interesting. It's cool that yeah, it was pretty. Hey, Defias. It's crazy that Gemini came up with all of that. Yeah. Evening gamers, what up, hot dog flavor? What's cooking? Let me do a little check to see what hot dog flavor is up to. All right. No league yet. Yesterday you said tomorrow, if I saw. Let's go. No, just got home. You're right. I followed you. We went stream hot dog flavor water. Defy thought yesterday you said tomorrow. What happened? But bro, guys, I woke up at 6:20 p.m. today. Not looking good. I woke up and it's dark and I was so confused. At 5 p.m. EST? Okay, let's go. Okay. It's 1 a.m. my time. Nice. From sleep. I slept at like 6 a.m. though, and I slept for like 12 and a half hours. It's insane. I got out of bed and my mom gave me the eyes. I was like, Gotta wrap up a few things for some clients. Sounds good. So bad after Tokyo trip. Oh, I bet. No. Friday is very weekend for me. I wouldn't have slept so late otherwise. What's the name of this actual song? The Entertainer, yeah. But this is Entertainer from Westworld. Ba-dum. I also want to do the React vulnerability. Fuck. Wait, I can just go to X, right? They cover it there. Always a gamble opening the site here. React. This is crazy, by the way. What the whole that guy getting fired over that comment, which is he should have understood the context behind saying something like that, but like it doesn't deserve getting fired over. And that company is digging themselves a deeper hole. Who got fired? You want me to get into that? We're security guy, work been over with these. Oh no! Yeah, I need to go tell them to update React at mine. It's just that no one's gonna listen to me. They'll be like, what was this? What happened? Klein? Was it Klein? Who was the guy that founded it? Wait, let's see. Where's the name? Oh, this guy fired his where is it? Yeah, there was this XAI hackathon thing. Yeah, this guy said, "Imagine the smell." And there's a lot of history with this line, especially toward it being used towards South Asians. But he meant it in the context of hackathons are generally smelly, and yeah, there was this big, I think, VC guy called Didi that he got into a heated battle with. He asked him to apologize. The guy just stood his ground and didn't want to apologize. Why do I know too much about this? Where is it? Did he delete his comments? And this guy is like, I expect an apology from Didi for like having people what is this, dogpile on him. But like Didi didn't mean it as a dogpile. He meant it as like there is like a lot of like meaning behind that comment, and it's not something you just casually use. And yeah, but I understand it's good like that there's discourse around like saying things like that, but he clearly meant it in a way that hackathons are smelly, but he didn't realize like saying something like that can like there is you can joke about the smell at a hackathon, but historically saying imagine the smell has been directed towards South Asians, right? Indians specifically. So when an Indian sees that, they get a little triggered. They're like, okay, there are a lot of South Asians in that picture, and it's so easy to take it the wrong way. Yeah, but it's not something you get fired over, right? And the CEO of Klein ended up letting him go, which kind of makes things worse for everyone. So yeah. Anyways, back to React. We'll cover this. Let's see if there's a good article that highlights it outside of React's own blog. It's so fragile. Yeah. Especially on Twitter. Like IRL, no one's really like that. Because in person, like if something like that happens, there's just like a decent conversation that goes on after. Tone is translated well, your tone of voice. That's not something that is easily translated on Twitter. People can't tell. Like, look, let me show you. Vegan bot posted this funny thing. And if you don't know anything about vegan, you're probably going to take this really seriously and think he's dumb. Right? Who's vegan? Vegan bot. But yeah, like I'm switching to all my apps to Next.js to be safe. And then this one guy, you're probably not a programmer. Next.js is built on top of React. Who I believe, vegan bot. So people take everything so seriously on this website, and you can't translate sarcasm over text easily. But this kind of stuff does do well on a website like Twitter and makes you money. All right. Rate bait got boys wailing. Yeah. Just God forbid a man just be a little silly. All right. Create a smallest amount of code at the time where I came. Yeah. Even if you run Rust C rather than cargo and pass a single source code file as we did all the way back in Rust, the compiler constructs that file to be a crate. Crate can contain modules, and the modules may be defined in other files that gets compiled with the crate. I'm a little food coma, so I need to ramp up. A crate can come in one of two forms: a binary crate or a library crate. Binary crates are programs you can compile to an executable that you run. such as command line program or a server. Each must have a function called main that defines what happens when the executable runs. All the crates we've created so far have been binary crates. Library crates don't have a main function and they don't compile to an executable. Instead, they define functionality intended to be shared with multiple projects. For example, the rand crate we used in chapter 2 provides functionality that generates random numbers. Most of the time when rustaceans say crate, they mean library crate. And they use crate interchangeably with general programming concept of a library. The crate root is a source file that the compiler starts from and makes up the root module of your crate. A package is a bundle of one or more crates that provides a set of functionality. A package contains a cargo toml that describes how to build those crates. Cargo is actually a package that contains binary crate for the command line tool. Oh, that you've been using to build your code. Cargo package also contains a library crate that the binary crate depends on. Other projects can depend on the cargo library crate to use the same logic the cargo command line tool uses. Package can contain as many binary crates as you like, but at most only one library crate. What? A package must contain at least one crate, whether that's a library or a binary crate. All right, I'll figure that out soon. Let's walk through what happens when we create a package. First, we enter the command cargo new project, and there's a toml source and the boilerplate. After we run, we use ls to see what cargo creates. In the my project directory, there's a cargo toml giving us a package. There's also a source directory that contains main rs. Open toml in your text editor. Note that there's no mention of source main rs. Cargo follows the convention that is a crate root of a binary crate with the same name as package. Likewise, cargo knows that if the package directory contains source library rs, the package contains a library crate with the same name as the package, and the source library rs is its crate root. Cargo passes the crate root files to rustc to build the library or binary. Okay, here we have a package that only contains, meaning it only contains the binary crate named my project. If a package contains main rs and source library, it has two crates, a binary and a library, both with the same name as the package. Okay, package can have multiple binary crates placing files in the source bin directory. Each file will be a separate binary crate. Control scope and privacy with modules. In this section, we'll talk about the modules and other parts of the module system, namely paths. Allow you to name items. They use keyword that, fuck me, what happened? Oh, you know how when you like hold the XM4s or any of the Sonys on the right, it turns off the noise cancelling? Whoosh, yeah. Which allows you to name items. They use keyword that brings path into a scope, and the pub keyword to make items public. We will also discuss as keyword. Okay, external packages and the glob operator. Modules cheat sheet. Before we get in the details, here's a quick reference on modules path and use keyword and the pub keyword work in the compiler, and how most developers organize their code. I'll be going through examples of each of these rules throughout this chapter, but this is a great place to refer to as a reminder of how modules work. Start from the, okay. Crate root. When compiling a crate, the compiler first looks in the crate root file. But there is the main RS. What does the librs do? By itself, nothing. For defining a library crate, you include it in other projects. Okay. Declaring modules. In the crate root file, you can declare a new module. You say, declare a garden module with mod. Garden. Compiler will look for the module's code in these places. In line within curly brackets that replace the semicolon. Following mod garden in the source garden rs, garden mod.rs. All right. So you can like separate the module into a whole folder. Nice. And you can have multiple files that gets referred to in the mod.rs file. New library react rs. Hey, I see you. Want to rewrite in Rust? I'm stealing that. How do I say Rust to create to no. Thought they moved. Wait, I'll just put that. Stolen it, get MIT. I saw this that made me laugh. When a git repo has star md in its git ignore and then go detective mode. From this requirement of mod rs, I would know. I'm just starting out. We'll figure out. So wait, can you just do main.rs and then import it as mod.rs? Does it have to be mod.rs? Okay. In your submodules. In any other file other than the crate root, you can declare submodules. For example, you might declare mod veggies. Has to be mod.rs. Okay. Compiler will look for the submodule's code within the directory named for parent module. They're kind of like in Python, you have to do init.py, and you can just import it as like the name of the folder. Nice. Init. Am I British now? You know, like outside of software and game dev, most of my the remaining communities that I participate in are mostly British, so they've been like heavily influencing my lingo. Been saying geezer, bottle of water. Bottle of water. Once a module is part of your crate, you can refer to code in that module from anywhere in that same crate as long as the privacy rules allow. What kind of water? Water? There was a time where I was really into like sparkling water. It was nice. I like it. I had one of those soda stream thingies. Honestly, like I should go back to that instead of soda. Or like energy drinks. Oh, with Atlas. All right. Path to code in modules. Once a module is part of your crate, you can refer to code in that module from anywhere else in the same crate, as long as the privacy rules allow. Using the path to code, for example, an asparagus type in the garden vegetables module would be found at crate garden veggies asparagus. Neat. Private versus public. Code within a module is private from its parent modules by default. To make a module public, declare it with... Okay, what does this mean? To make a module public instead of mod. To make items within a public module public as well. Like, what is the difference between a private and a parent module? No, public and a private module. Well, I've found this table exposed. Private field. A public enum with two public variants. If an item is public, then it can be accessed externally from some module M. You can access all the items ancestor modules from M. You can also potentially be able to name the item through re-exports. If an item is private, it may be accessed by the current module and the descendants. Okay. So if... What happened? If asparagus was... So say in asparagus, we just define a struct without using public. I wouldn't be able to access that struct from the main RS. But if I add the pub, I can like access the struct. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I want to change the tune, the music. You guys got any suggestions? You're feeling anything specific? We can do this daily mix. 6 Drugs by Beach Weather. Neat. Oh. Here, let's get music that's along the lines of this. No, 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 no. Sex, drugs, etc. Nice. The use keyword. Within a scope, the use keyword creates shortcuts to items to reduce repetition of long paths. In any scope that can refer to, you can create a shortcut with use. Okay. Can you like use as shortcut? And from then you can only write asparagus to make use of that type. Right. Here we create a binary create name called backyard. It illustrates these rules. The creates directory, also named backyard, contains these files and directories. Okay. Oh, you need to make a garden RS and the garden fold? No. Okay, never mind. Good song. The crate root in this case is, and it contains use crate garden blah blah, blah pub mod garden. Okay, let plant equals asparagus. I'm growing. What does that do? What? Nightshade did tell me about this. I don't know what it does. Something about. Let me see. Debug print, correct. Nice. Pub mod garden tells the compiler to include the code it finds in garden RS, which is pub mod garden, the vegetables. To include a pub mod garden line tells the compiler to morning. Nice day for fishing. Welcome in, Mosfet. Always a nice day of fishing. I just live in a landlocked state. Print ln, I'm growing plant. Oh, very cool. Yeah. And is a variable and is any type versus string or okay, blah blah blah. Got it. Nice. Here means the code and is included too. That code is tells the compiler to include the code it finds. Okay. Can I just do mod garden? What's the difference between pub mod garden? Mod vegetables means the code in is included too. That code was struct. Okay, now let's go into the detail of these rules and demonstrate them in action. Grouping related codes in modules. I clean the mic. It looks so neat. Very shiny. Very nice. Grouping related code in modules. Modules let us organize code within a crate for readability and easy reuse. Modules also allow us to control the privacy. Can import these functions. Okay. Pretty print. Pretty is debatable. It's all subjective. Beauty is subjective. It's in the eye of the beholder. Speaking of, I think I'm in love. Do you guys see that? GameStop yeeted or yoinked Best Buy's gal. They've been flexing on the timeline. The God girl, yes. I went Full stalker mode. She's engaged. It's over. There's no hope. Knowing, yeah, she is. Modules let us organize code within a crate for readability and easy reuse. Modules also allow us to control the privacy of items because code within a module is private by default. Private items are internal implementation details not available for outside use. We can choose to make modules and the items within them public, which exposes them to allow external code to use and depend on them. As an example, let's write a library crate that provides the functionality of a restaurant. But leave their bodies empty to concentrate on organization of code rather than implementation of a restaurant. In the restaurant industry, some parts of a restaurant are referred to as front of the house and others back of the house. Front of the house is where customers are. This encompasses where the host seats customers, servers, and take orders and payment. The bartenders make drinks. Back of the house is where chefs and cooks work in the kitchen, blah, blah, blah. Managers do admin work. The structure our crate in this way, we can organize its functions into nested modules. Create a new library named restaurant by running cargo new restaurant lib. Then the code listing to define some modules and function signatures. This code is the function in the front of the house section. Front of the house. Okay. Why are they doing it in librs though? Right, we'll figure it out. See that table, serving, take order, serve order, take payment. We define a module with the mod keyword followed by the name of the module. In this case, front of the house. It's a library. Okay. Why can't I just do it in front of the house folder? So it's fucking difficult. I'll find out. The body of the module then goes inside. What happened? Body module goes in curly inside module, then we can place other modules. Wow, look at that. Can hold definition for other items, structs, enums, constant. Okay. By using modules, you can group related definitions together, name why they're related. When using this code can navigate based on the groups rather than having to read through all the definitions, making it easier to find the definitions relevant to them. And adding new functionality to this code would know where to place the code to keep the program organized. Earlier, we mentioned that RSN are called crate roots. The reason for their name is that the contents of either of these two files form a module named crate at the root of the crate's module structure, known as the module tree. Okay, front of the house, hosting. Okay. So Okay. This tree shows how the modules nest inside other modules, for example. Okay. Also shows that modules are siblings, mean they're defined. Blah, blah, blah. Siblings within the front of the house module. Module A is contained inside module B. We say the module A is the child of module B. Parent. Okay. The module tree might remind you of the file system directory tree on your computer. Very apt. Okay. Nice. Next. Paths for referring to an item. To show us where to find an item in module tree, we use path in the same way we use path when navigating files in the call function. We need to know its path. Path can take two forms: absolute path, relative path. The self and super are an identifier in the current module. Are followed by one or more identifiers separated by double colons. Speaking of colon, be right back. Bully nightshade, dude. Bully nail pointer. Also, updates on the job opportunity that came my way. So I spoke to the guy yesterday. Like, he's a VP at that company. He really wants to work with me. I want to work with him. I want to learn. from him as well. He's done startups straight out of college, got acquired, worked his way up. He's a dev as well, does a lot of DevOps stuff. So he wants someone to help him with, like, he's a VP that's very hands-on. So like he's done all of the DevOps stuff at his company. It's just that he still has to like challenge HR to hire someone from abroad. And they do have people, like, with the whole H-1B system changes, it's hard for him to get me into the US, which is fine. And he's trying to see if he can do remote. And I was a little worried about the whole remote thing, because if I switch jobs right now, because my ability to stay in Saudi is reliant on my employment, right? So if I lose a job, I leave the country. But my whole life is here. Like, my parents are here, and I have Sri Lankan passport, so I'd have to go back to Sri Lanka. I don't necessarily like life there. I don't have much going on there outside of a couple of friends, but it's just not somewhere I want to be. But I spoke to my parents about it, and they said you don't really have to, because my mom works here. She can bring me back into Saudi under like a visit visa that's sponsored by her. I said, okay, cool. So I went back to him and told him, like, I can do remote now that I know that I don't have to completely relocate my life to somewhere I don't want to be. Yeah. But his only challenge right now is they go through like another company to handle outsourcing, like to handle like the whole hiring someone from abroad. And he would rather that the company hire me directly instead of going through them. So yeah, and the compliance person is on holiday, so he's going to see. I told him, don't rush, take your time. No, we'll figure out all of the options. And worst case, this doesn't work out, but it's not the end of the world. Like, we'll still be in each other's lives, and I can, like, we can figure something out down the road. Best case, like, I'll be working with him. So just take your time, don't rush it. But I think he's in a bit of a rush because he really needs more hands that he can rely on and trust. We shall see. But I'm so, like, it's crazy that this is something that came to my lap just because I like put myself out there on Twitch. Wild. All right, let's get back. Yeah. So 2 ways to call the add to waitlist function from a new function, eat at restaurant, defined in the in the crate root. These paths are correct, but there's another problem remain. Thank you, 𝓯𝓻𝓮𝓪𝓴𝔂. And one of the biggest perks I want out of this whole situation is to be the ability to work remotely. Like, it'll bring a lot more time back into my life. Like, every day, 2.5 to 3 hours goes into like commute and preparing and winding down after work. And then I'm too tired right after, so I have to nap. And I'd like to, like, be able to stream consistently, do other things that personal self-development, work out. I want to work out. I don't like if I right now I'm making time so I can like do the streaming thing, which I very much enjoy. It like makes my day. Um, and I'd rather like give up working time towards like working out to stream than the other way around. We shall see. Eat at restaurant function is like, man, going to the office is like daycare for adults. What the I don't understand who normalized this culture and why. I don't understand like if I got a lot done, right, and people aren't expecting more from me during the workday, why I have to sit around and just be on my phone? Like no one cares that I'm sitting on my ass at the office and being on my phone doing other things. Then just let me go home and do other things. Like why do I have to do my time? Anyway, all right. The eat at restaurant function is part of our library's creates public API. So we mark it with the pub keyword. In exposing paths with the pub keyword section, we'll go into details about pub. Nice. Front of house, add to waitlist. Pub, function, eat at restaurant, absolute path. To the add to the waitlist function. Okay. Relative path. Front of house. Hosting and okay. First time we call the add to waitlist function in eat at restaurant, we'll use absolute path. Add to waitlist function is defined in the same crate as eat at restaurant, which means we can use the crate keyword to start an absolute path. We then include each of the successive modules until we make our way to add to waitlist. You can imagine a file system with the same structure. We'd specify the path front of house hosting add to waitlist to run at the add to waitlist program. Using the crate name to start from the crate root is like using / to start from the file system root in your shell. The other thing I really don't like, I'm in a lot of meetings. I lead a lot of meetings with like vendors, auditors, and they're online, like they're over Teams calls. And right behind me is the support team. So they're getting incoming calls from customers, right? So these support people are either like dealing with those calls or they're just like talking shit. They're just like, doing fun things, talking about like their day and stuff like that. And half the time, like there's no space for me to go around and find like quiet space. I will dance in a bit. I mean, I'm ranting a bit right now. Also, hey, Sergeant Pepper, welcome in. I had to like hear complaints from the other side. Sorry, we can't hear you. Like there's noise in the background. Like yes. Yeah. I can just like let me handle these from home in like my own space. Like I'm not gonna neglect these people, these meetings because I'm working from home. Good song to sexo too. I don't know why I run away. Ooh. You want the cat to do sex? Hey. You want to see what cat is up to? Oh, I thought you were putting gasolina. Okay. Relative path. Choosing whether to use a decision you make based on your project, blah, blah, blah. Okay. However, if you move to several modules and dining, the absolute path call could stay the same, would need to be updated. Yes. Our preference in general is to specify absolute paths. Each other. Okay, let's try to compile and find out why it won't compile yet. The errors we get are shown in this. So elating at is no long what? Not publicly re-exported. Private module defined here is private. So we need to add the pub. In other words, we have correct paths, but Rust won't let them use because it doesn't have access to the private section. In Rust, all items are private to parent modules by default. If you want to make an item function or struct private, you put it in a module. Items in a parent module can't use the private items inside child modules, but the items in child module can use the items in their ancestor modules. This is because child modules wrap and hide their implementation details, and child modules can see the context in which they're defined. To continue with our metaphor, think of privacy rules as being like the back office of a restaurant. Everything in the restaurant they operate. Beep, beep, beep. The heck? Yes. Rust chooses to have module function this way, so hiding their inner implementation detail is the default. That way you know which part of the inner code you can change without breaking the outer code. However, Rust does give you the option to expose the inner parts of child modules code to outer ancestor modules using the pub keyword to make an item public. This returns the error that told hosting module is private. We want each restaurant in the parent have access to the add to waitlist function in the child module, so we mark hosting with the pub. Yes. Unfortunately, it still results in compiler errors. Why? So the function also needs to be said mod to pub. Module public. With this change, we can access front of house. We can access hosting, but the contents of hosting is still private. Making the pub module public doesn't make its contents public. Pub keyword on a module only lets code in its ancestor modules refer to it, not access its inner code. Because modules are containers, there's not much we can do by only making the module public. We need to go further and choose to make one or more of the items within the module public as well. Privacy rules apply to struct, enum, functions, and methods as well as modules. Let's also make add to waitlist function public. All right. Now the code will compile. So see why adding pub keyword lets us use these paths with respect to the privacy rules. Let's look at the absolute and relative paths. In the absolute path, we start with crate for crates module tree. That is either assuming we can refer to front of house. Now the next is the hosting module marked with pub, access parent module or hosting, so we can access hosting. Finally, the add to waitlist function is marked with the pub. We can, so if I remove pub from hosting and just add pub to add to waitlist, can I still access hosting? They said something about being able to access ancestor modules or parent modules. Duro. Defined within the same module, yes. So relative path starting from module blah blah define worth, and because hosting, we like all this stuff. It's quite intuitive, but I'll get a better handle of it when I'm hands-on. Which temperature? Oh, you plan to share your library crate. Your public API is your contract with users of your crate that determines how they can interact with your code. There are many considerations around managing changes to your public API to make it easier for people to depend on your crate. These considerations are beyond the scope of this book. If you're interested in the topic, best practices with the binary and library. We mentioned that a package can contain both main binary crate as well as library crate. Both crates will have the package name by default. Typically, packages with this pattern of containing both the library and binary crate will just have enough code in the binary crate to start an executable that calls code defined in the library crate. This lets other projects benefit from the most functionality that the crate package provides because library crate's code can be shared. Modules tree should be defined in source librs, then any public items can be used in the binary crate. Nobody has users for crates. I do want to play with a good crate that can interact with Discord. And I saw that Sanity is a good one. I believe that's what it was called. Serenity, sorry. We shall see. I'll have to like dig deeper and compare. Starting relative paths with SUPA. Let me get a drink. Be right back. Uh-oh. Any core Linux core utils in Rust? You can try. I also like this song. It's been a while since I've heard this. But the downfall of this guy needs to be investigated. He's done some real shady things. In Rust, the NVIDIA drivers are proprietary, right, for Linux? Open KMS. What the hell? Which are they good compared to? Damn it! Open KMS. Making structs and enum public. Right. All right. Can't use seasonal food. Seasonal fruit is private. Right. No born and RAM or CPU. With the latest drivers. Oh. Am I overclocking? Yeah, I am. Cooler the but I don't know why this software is so weird. It always says that like my VRAM use is like maxed out. Always. But I don't know what the yeah. But if I check, I should use Afterburner instead? No, it's not. $47. Why? Like I understand the video stuff is working, but why is 3D on? What's up? You blame Chrome? Yeah, probably Edge. Let's see. How do I? OBS. Okay. Discord, yeah. Edge and stream avatars. Discord top 3. But I don't want to push my GPU to its limits. Because it's a laptop. So, and I'm like, even when I'm gaming in 1080. So I don't really need the overclocking. Right, because we made the appetizer enum public, we can use soup and salad, right? At eat at restaurants. Enums aren't very. Hello, Cass. What up, Cass? How's it going? On the dance floor. Did you figure out Whisper? Tell me how you. If you did, tell me how you did it. Do you use the Python library or did you go the C++ route? Field being public, so struct fields are the general rule of everything being private unless inundated with public. There's one more situation involving pub that we haven't covered, and that's our last module. Use keyword. We use by itself and show how to combine pub and use. What is going on with the song requests today? It's working as expected. It's not hallucinating. You decided to go with Python, but CLI version not as a library, so you just make asks that use subprocess when you want to use. Neat. And it works good. If you want something really fast, you should find out how this guy reversed engineered the Google API for this OBS closed captioning plugin. 5 hours sound yesterday. Very nice. I don't know how he did it. I don't know what he did. Maybe we can investigate this down the road. But he reversed engineered or like found a way to hit that API. You don't have to pay a dime. You just install the plugin and you have closed captioning working. Hopefully that they will break soon. Yeah, probably. Here's me. I can't use this plugin because it's not accessible from Saudi. When you post something like that, it gets patched more soon. Yeah. Having read out the path to call functions can feel inconvenient and repetitive. Whether we choose the absolute or relative path to add to waitlist function, every time we wanted to call add to waitlist, we want to specify front of house and hosting too. Fortunately, there's a way to simplify this process. We create a shortcut to a path if you use keyword once and then use the shorter name everywhere else in the scope. Eat at a restaurant. Yeah, it kind of pissed me off that they made that game free after I spent money on it. God fucking damn it. How much did I spend on this dog shit game? Okay, I bought it on a. I was planning to get it. I bought it on a discount, so that's the good thing. Okay, 56. Okay, thank God I didn't spend insane. How much is it? Let's spend like $14 on it. Okay, that's $15. Okay, not bad. Damage was not that bad. It was 77% off. Otherwise, the game would be around 48, 49 plus 217. This guy has PHP. Hey.
Oh, $15 in this economy. This guy has fuck monies.
Would have been this much to buy it here. So why did you do this to me, Epic Games? They should like I don't know, they should tell me about TTS that you were self-host but I didn't. Oh right, okay, let me just quickly, I'm sorry. Where did I get it? In MP3 it has become an 83 GB. Damn. What quality are you storing them in? Okay. Remind myself to find self-hosted TTS. Lowest. Too many even okay. I don't know. I found like have a look at this. It's not in my head right now. Oh, there are Android APKs. And you can choose a model. I forgot which model I chose. Right, but when you install it in your phone, you know how like you can choose a TTS provider, and like if you're on Samsung, you can choose the default Samsung or Google TTS. You can choose this. It shows up as a TTS provider, but it's self-hosted, so you're not hitting an API to read out the text to you. And I use for books, I use Pocketbook. It comes with free storage. Continue. Hello, Footlong. Welcome. How are you doing? Good to see you, man. Did that movie night thing happen? I was like passed out very late yesterday and slept for like 13 hours. Load. But yeah. And it's quite good, this model, and it does inflection well. But it was fun, nice. You don't take my word for it, because I just did a very surface level search and wanted like a TTS provider ASAP Rocky. My password. A moment. Yeah, you have like storage, and it like you can have like the app on the cloud, on your browser, or on an ebook reader that supports it, or on your phone or tablet, and it'll continue where you picked off. And the app itself will ask like if you want to enable TTS, choose your TTS provider. And I choose one of the Sherpa models. And it's pretty nice. I like it. I like it a lot. But I don't remember which one I chose. I'll find out and I'll put it on the Discord. Nice. Okay. Let's try to finish this. Yeah. Me anymore. Cinnamon. The hell? I think the music bot knows you now, Neil Pointer. The bot's good. Yeah, what happened? Okay, what does use do? Use Footlong. Thank you very much, Footlong. You didn't have to. I really appreciate it though. Damn, you got Sergeant Pepper a sub, Kess a sub, Roasted Bee a sub, Cash Machina. Okay. WW gifting algorithm. I know that they had yeah, all active. I know they had like an issue. They two from a footlong, two off from a footlong. You know how they Roasted Bee, welcome in. Roasted Bee. Yeah, you gotta say thank you to Mr. Footlong. Defy us all. Defy us all. Stop it. This hype train thing is like gambling, guys. Don't trust it. Don't. Thank you very much, Defy us all. I appreciate you. It's like it plays on your psychology. When people see that thing, had to hit the 12 inches. They introduced that like 1,000. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the support, man. I appreciate it. Both of these defies and but that, like, just coming out hanging is more than enough. Like, you know, don't worry about having to spend money. Honestly, like, get turbo instead. And it's like the best way to like not get ads in the way, and you can watch as many people as you like. But what was I going to say? They introduced at 1,000 gifts at once, right? But people from inside Twitch had like kind of like leaked that they did it out of pressure to meet end of year numbers, but they took it out shortly after because the algorithm that it uses to choose the people that gets gifts was quite bad. And this is also something I didn't like about gifting before, because there'd be so many people on chat that don't get gifts, and when like, and there are people that I get rated into, or like I just had a peek like for like 30 seconds, see what they're about, and then I get gifted. Like, I don't deserve this gift. Like, it needs to go towards people who do come into your streams. And I think they've probably fixed that. They fixed that, and they bought the 1,000 back. All right. Konus Bar Life, welcome in. Very grateful. Thank you, 𝓯𝓻𝓮𝓪𝓴𝔂 and 𝓯𝓻𝓻𝓮𝓪𝓴𝔂. Also, at 5 p.m. EST, 𝓯𝓻𝓻𝓮𝓪𝓴𝔂 is going to be live. So it was on explicit streams. What are these streams? Just whisper it to me. 2 more hours. Raid him? Yeah, that's the plan. I'll be live till then. By adding use crate, honestly, like a lot of people, when I started streaming in January, like I was doing League streams, Hades, and Hollow Knight. I didn't do software and game dev, right? It is through 𝓯𝓻𝓻 and Code Girl that, like, I think that people in software and game dev started to find out that I was streaming. And I was staying away from like doing software and game dev streams because big factor was imposter syndrome. I was afraid like of how I would be able to like deal with criticism and, you know, people saying I have skill issues and stuff like that. Yeah, 𝓯𝓻𝓻 when you got to know. Yeah, but ever since I started like getting software and game dev chatters, and like it's not that scary, and I'm a lot more grateful because guys are super supportive and holding me accountable and a great resource. Like, I know Prime says not to trust Twitch chat, but like, guys, I rely on Twitch chat now. You nerds snipe me into learning Rust. I like, you know, I can trust. And it's helping me build confidence doing these kind of things. You have to have the good, yeah, you need to have the good side of Twitch chat. That's true. That is true. And I'm happy with like the way I'm going, like the speed at which I'm scaling the channel. Like, Atlas wants to be let out. 1 sec. Because also early on, people are like, oh, if you want, visibility, you got to start making clips. You got to, that's how you get the viewers, blah, 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 blah. I don't know if I'm going to get the right viewers. If I put it on YouTube, imagine getting YouTube chatters in here. It's going to, how picky they are. How even like dealing with YouTube chat as like, the Prime's only YouTube mod that like opens YouTube chat is kind of like irritating. There's this one guy who was spamming the same thing 4 times. Then I was like, please stop spamming. And then he's like, but answer the question first. I was like, okay, fine. But he's wild. Yeah. All right. Let's try to lock in and get this out of the way. Adding use and a path in a scope is similar to creating link file system by adding use. Okay, in the create root, hosting is now a valid name in that scope. Just as though the hosting module had been but like he's not. There's so many people asking him questions. And when you're at that scale, right, like, about the 1,000 viewer mark, it's not like a casual back and forth with streamer and chatter. You're putting on a show now. Got a telegraph you don't want to answer. If there's something like you want to let him know though, like you have to like ping a mod. But then don't irritate the mods. You can irritate Nightshade, dude. That's fine. Yeah, you have my permission. Hosting is now a valid name in that scope, just as the hosting module has been defined in the create root. Paths brought into the scope with use also check privacy like any other paths. That's why streamers won't acknowledge all questions. Yeah. Note that use only creates the shortcut for the particular scope. So you say use and you can just use. Neat. How is this different from what I saw in the previous thing? No, you need to use the path. Okay. I'm thinking of something else. Which is a different scope than use statement. So the function body won't compile. What does tick me off though is people that come into Twitch chat, like a software and game dev Twitch chat, specifically to look for advice. I'm like, this is entertainment more so than education. You should not rely on a Twitch streamer to make life decisions. I got bonking on my mind right now. I want to get these lessons out of the way. Compiler error shows the shortcut no longer applies with the customer module. Why? Into a new child module named customer, which is then a different scope than the use statement. So won't compile. Use of undeclared crate or module hosting. But we did say use. Why? Symbolic link by adding use crate, now valid name in that scope. Why doesn't it work here? Creates a shortcut for the particular scope in which use occurs. Is now a child module named customer, which is then a different scope than the use statement, so the function body won't compile. Compiler error shows that the shortcut no longer applies within customer module. Through its public re-export, use crate hosting. What happened here? Okay. Notice there's also a warning that use is no longer used in a scope. To fix it, we move the use within customer module 2 or reference the shortcut in the parent module, superhosting within the child customer module, using idiomatic use paths. Then hosting add to waitlist in at eat at restaurant rather than specifying the use path all the way out to the add to waitlist. Okay, does this work? Although accomplish same task, idiomatic way to bring a function with use, bringing the function's parent module and scope use, blah, blah. On the other hand, when bringing in structs, enums, and other items with use, idiomatic to specify the full path, hash map struct into the scope of binary crate. Okay. There's no strong reason behind. Hello? Oh, we're back. I don't know why I got disconnected. Professional streamer. Not a professional streamer. Know who came back to streaming recently after a bit of a hiatus? All F4. I don't know if they're live. Alt F4 stream. Oh, they went off. But I gotta hang out with him in TwitchCon. He's super cool. Missed his stream. Yeah, but he was streaming at the same time as Prime. It was like jumping between both. I didn't know much about him, but I was hanging out with him and CM Griffin. They were giving me like a lot of like old school like software and game dev lore that I didn't know about, because I'm like relatively new, like 3 years in, and they've been doing it for like 7, 8-ish years. So it was cool to see like what it was like and how they started, how far they've come. And also like they talked about the chase in streaming. This is something I felt like I was almost trapping myself into. Yeah, CM is very chill. In person, very chill. He can some chatters can set him off. One guy which is so funny to watch. But yeah, they were telling me about the chase and like that the trap of like it's not just specific to software and game dev, but like all of Twitch. And I got to see a bit of that in TwitchCon, where like some streamers have their communities, right? And usually TwitchCon is where the streamer gets to spend time with their community. But and you've interacted with these people for a while on the internet, and you know you finally get the chance to like get to show a bit of your side and spend time with like the streamer and their community. But it ends up being more like the streamer is there, which is understandable. Like it's not like, you know, I'm not dunking on them. Like, you know, some of them, this is their bread and butter, so they have to do what they need to bring their channel to the next level and find better collaborations. So it's more like there's a bit of dick riding that you can see happening at TwitchCon, and like the community members are like left in the dust, and the streamers are just like trying to spend time with like other bigger streamers and glazing them, blah blah blah. So yeah, they were telling me like about the grind, how they kind of fell into trap, but like in the end, this is just something they do for fun. You know, they have day jobs. They don't want to make streaming as something that brings stress into their life. They don't want to like end up falling into prey of playing the comparison game, blah blah blah. So it was good to like hear that from them, and this is good advice. I had a good time overall. Consider idiomatic with choices up to you. Re-exporting names with pub use. Use keywords, blah, blah, blah. Scope in which we re-imported it. Enable code outside that scope to refer to that name. This technique is called re-exporting because we are bringing an item into scope, but in also making that item available for others. Bring into the scope. Use in the root module changed pub use. Okay, before this change, external code would have to call. The other thing I noticed is there are some streamers like they'll only like put time into like interacting with you based on your follower count, which kind of. But then there's some like Pirate Software doesn't give a shit. Like he will include you. He will try to like, if he's in a group and you go to him and you introduce yourself to him, he will start like trying to know a bit about you and then introduce you to the rest of the group. And I really appreciated that. Prime too. Prime, like he when you're talking to Prime, like he's present. He's you know, his focus is on you. It's just that he has a lot of people to talk to. He's a little bit of like golden retriever energy, but like when he's talking to you, his attention's on you. But he also has like a lot going on in TwitchCon, and you know, a lot of he had events to go to, like the that big thing where they were gonna give the winner of that event a global Twitch emote. That was one of the things that he was like obligated to. And then like even speaking to the governor of California, who made an appearance at TwitchCon, and he had a lot of obligations, but he still made time for being with his community, which I appreciated a lot. And then there are other streamers, they'll be like, I went up to and I'm like, hey, I'm Abu. I really like your work. It's like, hi. Like, nice to meet you. Okay. And they focus on someone else. They focus on like, and it was weird. It was weird witnessing that. For me though, I am very extroverted. I will talk to people, but when it's new people, small doses at a time. Like I get overwhelmed with a new face. With if I don't know their person, I need to ease in. But I'll have a small conversation, and then I kind of like lead it to an end. I like, it was a pleasure getting to meet you. Thank you for coming and saying hi to me. In Europe, and that at this time, nobody knew who I was, right? Some random person came up to me and like, "Hey, you're Abu." I'm like, "Yeah." "You're a streamer, right?" I'm like, "Yes." I'm like, "Yeah, it's nice to meet you." I'm like, "Yeah, but who are you? How do you know I stream?" It's like, "Oh, I just know that you're a streamer." I was like, "Okay, do you like, have you been on my streams? How do you know me?" It's like, "No, I don't really watch Twitch." I'm like, "Okay," but in back of my head, it's like, "Okay, why are you at TwitchCon if you don't watch Twitch?" And it's just so like, why? It didn't make sense how someone would know me. But also, like, this happened shortly after like I made that little appearance on Prime's IRL. So I was like, maybe this is someone who was like watching that and then kind of noticed me and then like came and said hi, but wasn't willing to say exactly how he. I don't know. It just like was a little creepy. I didn't know like how someone would know me when I didn't have much of a presence. Required the front of the house module marked as pub. Now the pub use has re-exported hosting module from the root module. External code can use path. Instead, re-exporting your code is useful when the internal structure of your code is different from how programmers calling your code would think about the domain. For example, in this restaurant metaphor, people running their restaurant think about front of house and back of house, but customers visiting a restaurant probably won't think about the parts of the restaurant in those terms. With pub use, we can write our code with one structure but expose a different structure. Doing so makes our library well organized for programmers working on the library and programmers calling the library. We'll look at another example of pub use and how it affects your crate documentation and exporting a convenient public API. Use external packages. Yeah, we use rand. Okay, then to bring rand, we do use, and then we use a RNG function. We make an instance for the generate range between 1 and 100. When building something, we'll build soon. I have a couple ideas. We'll do some like fun little things. Either like hot of flavor, you know how it said like, let's try to build a little overlay that sees when you are live when you're playing League. And I thought there's two ways I could do this. One, you directly interact with the Riot API. But I don't know how open they are. Like, would I need some special perms? Would I need to pay Riot to be able to like query, especially another players? Because I know you can do stuff for your own account, but for another person, right? Or I go through the Discord route. I see if I've been through it a bit. And the other thing I don't like about playing with the Riot API is the token gets invalid every 24 hours. So you got to make a new token. The dev one, right? Query any account in the reason? Okay. We'll have a look. This is Riftbound. We'll go through it and find out. Or we go the Discord route where I already have like a bunch of bot accounts on my Discord server. This 𝓯𝓻𝓮𝓪𝓴��� that don't have anything behind it right now. It used to be music bots. So that could like look at like a particular user on the Discord and see if they're playing. For example, with hash map, we could use this line. The absolute path starting with standard, the name of the standard library crate. Using nested paths. Bigger program bringing many items into scope. So you can bring in multiple using a okay. Neat. That's cool. Bigger program bringing many items into scope. Nested paths can reduce the number. You can use a nested path at any level in a path. One sec. Okay. Combining two use 3 into scope and write into scope is more fun. Okay. The common path, standard IO, and the complete first path. It'll be more fun, but I think I need to contact Riot regarding or like fill out a form so that I can make it permanent and not have to like refresh permissions and tokens. Importing item with glob. You want all public items. Neat. All public items defined in collections. How to write tests. We'll find out. Separating modules into different files. Oh, file, blah, blah, blah. One file. When modules get large, you want a separate file. One file. Leaving only mod front of house declaration. Contains the code. Note that this won't compile until we create in, okay. Waitlist. Next, place the code that was in the curly brackets into a new file. As shown. Know that you only need to load a file using mod declaration once in your module tree. Damn it. No own file process a bit different because hosting the child module. Okay, this whole stuff I feel like it's better that I learn by doing instead of reading, because it's just gonna, yeah, this is something it's better off learned by doing. Common collections is something we'll start tomorrow. Shall we cover this? Let's see. What happened with React? Researchers have found 2 vulnerabilities in React server components while attempting to exploit the patches last week. These are new issues separate from critical CVE last week. Patch fuck. React to shell remains effective. Okay. Disclosed. Patch is available now. Common for CVEs to uncover follow-up vulnerabilities when a critical vulnerability is disclosed. Researchers scrutinize adjacent code paths, looking for variant exploit techniques to test whether initial mitigation can be bypassed. Shows up across the industry. For example, log4shell. That was a nightmare. Additional CVEs were reported as community exam in the original fix. Additional disclosures can be frustrating, but it was a good reality check to like implement dependency checking across the industry, because no one really did that. These vulnerabilities are present until log4shell happened. Are present in the patches published last week for React to Shell, even though they do not allow for remote code execution. They're high severity and you should update again immediately. We found that the fix to address DOS vulnerability in React server components was incomplete, does not Okay. That Drake? No, that's not Drake. The researchers found and disclosed 2 additional vulnerabilities in React server components while attempting to exploit the patches in last week's critical vulnerabilities. These vulnerabilities do not allow for RCE. Okay. So it's completely different. New vulnerability disclosed as DOS high severity source code exposure. We recommend upgrading immediately due to severity of newly disclosed vulnerabilities. All high. The patches published earlier are vulnerable. If you've already updated, you need to update again. If you updated to one, these are incomplete and you will need to update again. Please see the instructions in the previous post for upgrade steps. Further details of these vulnerabilities will be provided after the rollout of the fixes are complete. Immediate action required. They're just telling us what to do, not exactly what happened. Okay, so hosting provider mitigations, affected frameworks and bundlers. Next. Okay, for upgrades, as before, we work with a number of hosting providers. Okay, you should not depend on these to secure your app. They probably just put WAF mitigations, WAF. For React Native user not using monorepo or React DOM, your React version should be, oh, Atlas is gone. If you're using React Native in monorepo, you should update the impacted packages if they're installed. This is required to mitigate security advisories, but you do not need to update React and React DOM, okay? DOS discovered malicious HTTP requests that can be crafted and sent to any server function endpoint. When deserialized by React, can cause an infinite loop that hangs the server process and consumes CPU. Even if your app does not implement any React server function endpoint, it may still be vulnerable if your app supports React server components. It creates a vulnerability. So vector where an attacker may be able to deny users from accessing the product and potentially have a performance impact on the server environment. Oh my god, they rushed the fix. Okay. Medium severity, source code exposure. I feel like they could have like original fix CVE. Was this the previous one? No, the same one from yesterday. So your researcher has discovered your crab raving to the Beatles? The hell is going on? Let it be. Crab raving to anything. Unsafely return the source code. What are you up to, hot dog flavor water? Exploitation requires the existence of a server function which explicitly or implicitly exposes a stringified argument. Of a heavy league grind. Up to no good. What does that mean? This is server function explicitly okay. Now you're just chilling. May be able to leak the following. May unsafely return the source code of any server function Exploitation requires the existence of a server function which explicitly or implicitly exposes a stringified argument. Okay. Create connection. Return explicitly leaked in reply. How does this work? Oh wait, it needs this to exist. Okay. It may be able to leak the following. A patch is published today prevents stringifying the server function source code. Only secrets in source code may be exposed. Secrets hard-coded in source code may be exposed, but runtime secrets such as process and are not infected. Okay. But no, I have a lot more fun covering infra stuff. Shall we get bonking, or you guys want to do something else for a bit? Anything happening on the YouTube? Horrors on the Internet Archive? That looks fun. Where's my watch later? Oh, there it is. Oh, Prime has been uploading Vimeo Gem. Neat. This is a good song. Do you know this Rizbot? Have you seen Rizbot? He's so funny. Oh, she's also cool.
Lisa, senorita, hand me that damn margarita. Ah! Easy bake oven. Let's join a coven. 9 plus 11, stairway to heaven. Ah! Mamma mia, pizzeria. This bitch needs a fat sangria. Mona Lisa, senorita, hand me that damn margarita. Ah! Easy bake.
So what are you up to this weekend? Anything fun? Hot dog fair water and rest of chat.
What are you gonna do about it, bro? Yeah? Just pull up then.
Christmas children, me?
Hey, I'm Jake. Would you like a
Sleep,
compliment or an insult?
stream.
Let me get a compliment.
I think my mom is going tomorrow, so I'm gonna be alone for a month.
Yo, my homie.
The whole place to myself. I'm gonna throw a party. Are you guys gonna come?
It's cold as hell. You got that drip locked down. No cap. That silver watch on your wrist is straight ice. Keeping it solid for real. You look like a laid-back teenager.
Yep,
That's
let's
what
do
makes
it.
You the boss. Got that gangsta swag, my G. Hey, I'm Jake. Would you like a compliment or an insult?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, bro.
Right, let's get bonking. Any position counter sounds good. Where is that? Oh, I let him out. Oh, I'm falling. Oh, I'm falling. Yeah. It's a fun game to watch. It's not gonna lie. It's an easy game to stream. League is also easy. I mean, if you're familiar with the game at the start, like it's a little overwhelming getting to know where everything is. Damage to elites. Yes. Damn it. Luck. Damage. Making a charm around. Projectile. Oh, I'm falling. Duration, thorns, silver gain. Okay. Let's go straight ahead. Oh, I'm falling. Luck. Wait, was there an update? That level up thing wasn't there. I don't think it was. It's easy to take those shrines as calcium because bone bounces. That bone always be bouncing though. Full damage. Sniper. Oh my god. This is gonna be hella chaotic. Alright. Oh my god. Alright, I'm gambling. Let's see how much I can take at once. Oh, there's a free chest. Blood magic? Yeah, why not? I can increase my HP. 3 ranged. Neat. Now, it's pointing me towards, oh good. Difficulty. Challenge. Crit damage. Oh, there's a golden bone. Okay, there's a difficulty that I missed. Alright, let's Attack speed, thorns, attack speed. I have luck, I have quantity. What else would I want? Attack speed, fine, let's take it. Crit damage. No! Am I that squishy? Damn it. What was that? Grandma's secret tonic. And can I get more weapon slots? Yeah! Projectile speed. Let's get shield. Bow? No. Damage tome? Yes. Okay, what's here? Got a little lemming crystal. Curse an enemy. Yes. Alright. Let's go straight ahead. I'm not touching that guy. Luck. Cage the elephant's really good. Oh, there's a free chest. I'll come back for that later. I'll be here anyways. Revolver, yeah. More shield? Yeah. Flamewalker, no. Knockback, shield tome. I have luck. I have speed. No, I have damage, don't I? I need quantity. And yeah, I need quantity and I need lifesteal. So, oh, dice is good. Let's get dice. Damage. Yes. Okay. There's no shady guy 1. Boss buster. Movement speed. I need more money for this guy. Blood magic? Yeah. Straight into the left, right? Yeah. It's decent knockback. HP regen, movement speed. Let's get some HP regen. And to the right. Damage, projectile count. Let's get damage. Ba-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da. Luck, projectile count, luck. I do need to bring up projectile count soon though. There's a difficulty. Didn't I get that? Oh, another one down. And pieces of your feet. Indeed, I dreamt about you nearly every night this week. Spanish knockback. Till I fall asleep. Do I wanna know? Let's go for that. Damn it! We both know. Is it time? Calling back to you. Oh. Attack speed, difficulty, power up. Attack speed. Crit damage. Okay. Six minutes. Damage to elites. Simmer down, pucker up. The rock is this time constantly on the cusp. I tried waiting to kiss you. I don't know if you feel the same as I do. No! I don't want thorns. I know what I want. I want project. No, I have damage, luck. I need lifesteal. Bone. Okay, I need to go to the right. Damn it. Should I get regen? Yes, let's get regen. Tomorrow day. Wanna know. I need to unlock chests as well. Oh, there's a magnet. No! Oh my god. Oh, I do have lifesteal. So wait, what was it that I damaged? I was stupid then. I had lifesteal. Or did I want projectile? I needed projectile. Okay. What did I select? Armor. What does armor do compared to shield? Let's get some armor. Hold on. Let's find out. Campfire. Increase. Yeah, demonic soul. No. I need more life steal. Life steal. Uncooked, man. Let's get. I need to get some chests. Let's get that magnet. Nuke. Oof. Luck. You skipped it, it was too much. Projectiles. Where I stand and count, yeah, with my toes in the sand. Just unlock some chests, spend some money. Good drop. What up, Cash Machina? You got a sub, Cash Machina. That's sick. From Footlong. Either Footlong or Defy Us. And now. Oh. Hold up my sweater. XP gain. There's a little magnet. Let's get the magnet. Projectile speed. Okay, I think it's time. Before we could thank you, no worries. No, I'm sure he appreciates it. Projectile speed. Swarm incoming. Now hold on my sweater. Oh. I don't have the money for this yet. Okay, let's try earning it. Oh, whoa. Yikes. That magic? More damage means more life steal, maybe? Let's see. Oh, my. Yikes, yikes. But I need to be close enough. And I don't have enough. No! No. I need magnet. I need to go to shady guy. Where's shady guy? Oh, clap cheeks or cursed doll. Luck, projectile bounce, yes. "16 seconds. Ah, yeah. Cutting it close. All right, where are the bosses? There's one here. Life steal. Come on. Okay. One free chest. Let's get the blood magic. Okay, there's little bark. Free gold chest. Okay, I got this. It's double. Twinable. I just don't have like any melee stuff. Oh man, I need to move around. It's double. Actually, I'm cooked. I am cooked. Yeah, it's over. I made it really hard on myself. Okay. Again. Luck. What is here? There's something here. Oh, I don't need the magnet now. Why are there so many magnets? Yes. Crit damage. What's that? Sword, dice, quantity. Should I do aura? Fine, let's do aura. Have something that can like push enemies away. Nice revolver. HP regen. Yeah. Mods, no, wrong one. Here, one sec. You're like one of my best lurkers. You deserve this. You can skip now. Faith main game theme? Yeah, that's a good one. You were there for my Faith stream, right? Aegis? No! I got Aegis instead. Fuck me. It's okay. Okay. Okay, 2 range, 2 okay. Still listen to level 2. Damn, 𝓯𝓻𝓮𝓪𝓴��� water. Damn. The mods are jealous of the VIPs, I guess, eh? Pickup range, crit damage. I already unlocked this. Okay, now I can get a magnet. Magnet! Nice steel. Nice steel. Lock. Were you able to get the song? Let me see. It's hard to find it on doesn't seem to be working. Yeah, but I guess it needs to find the equivalent on Spotify. It doesn't play from your YT, right? It just does Spotify now. Yeah, I switched over. What was that link you sent? Faith OST. I do know this sound though. Unholy Trinity. Voice mode. Yeah, it's not on. It's not on Spotify. That's dumb. Alright, let's make it difficult. Don't forget. Oh, good. Nice. 7 shield. Yeah, let's get the shield. armor. Refresh. Nah, shield tome. I do have luck. I have quantity. I have life steal. So maybe. Fine, let's get the shield tome. Toxic barrel. Okay. Bone. Yeah. You know half of the abuse. Ask you who you know. Crit damage. Damage to elite. Crit damage. Let's get this magnet. Let's get the aura. More bounce. Let's go back. Straight. More from killing enemies, more the cheese on hit. Every time I see my beloved, I just think about Nightshade dude saying my beloved about rust features. Projectile count, yeah. I need a magnet. Luck. No. Improve their aura. Aura. Cursed doll. Yes. With one behind me. Let's go straight ahead and then try see what's out there. Get that region. Because in the early stages of the boss, especially when like he has the shields on. I can't life steal. Let's increase max HP. Okay, let's go. There's a magnet straight ahead. Let's get there. Yes. Aura. Get the shield tome up. Okay, now straight ahead. Projectile, yeah. Lifesteal. Bounces. Projectile. Revolver. Bounces. Okay, how do I get up there? I need to activate the shrine soon. No, I have to activate the portal soon. Luck. Luck. And then all the way right. Wait, where is the portal? On my left, maybe? There's one shrine all the way right. Okay, let's go right and then come back. Take it. No, left. There. With this magnet. Luck. And then okay, now straight ahead there should be the boss portal. 2 minutes should be all right. Hopefully there's another magnet. Pick up range, shield, projectile speed, power gloves. Yes. Now, where is... Bro, where is the portal? Did I not discover the portal yet? Evasion. Damage to elites. Luck. Knockback damage to elites. Last deal. Okay, let's get this 𝓮𝓮𝓮 guy locked home. Okay, where? Okay, maybe all the way left. There's that hidden spot. What's going on? Have you seen those movies? It's Eddie Murphy. Beverly Hills Cops. Is the game broken? Where is the boss portal? This is such a good run. I think the game bugged. Where is the boss portal? I think find it. I've been throughout the map. Oh, I see it. I see it. Damn it. It's straight and to the right. $22. Can I get it? Oh, it's doable. Let me use my aura. Yeah. I like the shield stuff. Let's increase the projectiles. Let's see. It gets too dangerous. No, 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 fuck. Ah! I'm so glad Nightshade wasn't here to see what just happened. He would roast the shit out of me. God damn. That was so stupid. Don't. I was playing with fire there. Oh my god, that's so stupid. You always. I was playing with crazy fire there. No. Be right back, I'm gonna go pee. That was incredibly stupid of me. You sent it to him on DM. I should have. I'll be careful next time. Let's go to the right and then to the left. With the difficulty. Luck. The curse. Sword. Regen. Regen. Movement speed, crit chance. Crit chance. We need my scan. Damage to elites, max HP, damage to elites. Nice. Nice. Then we will try to get one melee. Oh, I'm cooked. Oh, I didn't activate it. You guys know of any good aggregator sites for me to see what's going on? Seems to do speech to text. Oh, very neat. You got it running? What model are you using? Yeah, just open neat. 8 difficulty, attack speed. Attack speed. Very cool. Power up multiplier. With good knockback. Projectile count. I don't have the money. Giant, you don't know if you'll use that. Yeah, it's a big one. Difficulty. Oh, why did I should have done damage instead of difficulty. It's okay. I just wanted to point you in the repo's direction because there's a lot of documentation on like models you can download. I don't like already compiled stuff. I've never downloaded the repo directly or cloned it. With a free chest. With another free chest. But that's cool. Yeah, news aggregators. Thank you. Nice. You want to know every bit of the code does. Nice. Axe. Okay. Magnet. Bounces. Quantity. Axe. Get another magnet. Banana rank? Banana rank. Okay, where to go? Let's go left. Shield? I need lifesteal. Let me get the core ones first. Down. Crit damage. Movement speed. Go right. I need jump as well. I haven't been seeing much of that. Damage tome. Yeah. Pew, 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 pew. Attack speed. Magnet. Okay, let's get the shield. Regen. Lock. Banana rank. Yes. Shield. Shield. Dice. Banana rank. Okay. On my left, there are a bunch of shrines. Let's go there. I haven't been seeing much of jump power-ups. Just jump height. Let's get luck. Damage. Coward's cloak. Oh, I need to get some chests. Bob, scarf. Oh, a good combo with the skeleton guy. Evasion, armor, gold gain, armor. 4:30, I have time. Now, if I go straight to the bottom, so turn a bit to the right, there are a bunch of shrines. So, okay. Get this. Crit chance. Damage to elites. Yeah. Bounces. What else? Dragon fire when hitting enemies. Oh, I can make the money for this. Okay, now what else? On my right are a bunch of greenies. Let's get them. And there are a bunch of... How quickly does this game load? Very quickly. It's not a very demanding game. So let's turn left and get those. Right? No, a little bit to the right. Yeah. It's not a demanding game. It's not a demanding title. Specs literally say potato on Steam. Okay. What is good? Thunder mitts? Let's get this moldy cheese. I'll come back for it. What else? There's one straight ahead. There's a difficulty. Oh, there's a magnet. Okay, let's go back. Where's the magnet? Luck. Where is the magnet? Oh man. Get luck. I got rug pulled. Okay, straight ahead. Oh, there's a magnet behind me. No. Let's go to microwave. Oh, okay. I can use it multiple times. Neat. Okay. Secret tonic, explode and damage enemies. Okay. Yes. What else? Straight down. Okay, I have that. Let's go slightly to the right, get the two difficulties, and then go to the three difficulties, one near the portal. Okay. Slightly to the right. And then one straight down. Okay. Then straight up. Let's freeze. Get wrecked. All right. And let's get this. There should be a difficulty here. Unlock some chests. We... My lifesteal should save my ass. Chest. Quantity. Bone damage. Okay, I have 7 seconds to spare. Nice. Let's get luck. Let's bring the shield up. Oh, there's one more boss. 𝓮𝓮. Let's get him. There's a clock that I can use to freeze these bozos.
Rim din din day babay
Oh my
araba
God.
bay brum bay brum haskoin kanot. Din this is the crazy crash.
This is the Freddy Fudge. Damage tome? Yeah. Let me know when the fires goes live, by the way. I'm gonna end it at that point. All right, that's enough gambling. Bye-bye. 10 minutes, 11 minutes. Maybe I'll have to, like, if I lose, then yeah. Otherwise I have to do the boss and then call it. Projectile count. Luck. Crit chance, crit damage. Hey Ariel, what's up? It's cooking. How you doing? You vibing at work? Nice. You go to the office or work from home? I'm alright. It's the weekend. We chilling. Shield? Let's give myself more shield. How there's a difficulty here. There's a Friday, but the office the rest of the week. Oh, Friday work from home is pretty nice. More luck. Always luck. Credit card? Increased damage? Yeah. And let's open some chests. Now. Okay, let's go to the right. Straight and to the right. Get this difficulty up. Bow, 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 bow. Your shitting channel is like an amazing addition. Freeze enemies. Okay, the pebbles. Okay. Ooh. Crit chance. Oh. Did I unlock it? Yes, I did. They'll get wrecked. Borgir. Borgir. Alright, now keep going straight ahead to the left a bit, alright? Consult the Moai. Campfire? Yeah, I do stand still sometimes. Another Moai. Beef luck, damage, luck. Another Moai. Cursed doll. Bow, 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 bow. Luck. Bone. Luck. Meep. Okay, what do I do now? With a nuke. Let's get that nuke before going straight ahead. Or challenge. Oh, challenge and nuke. Kaboom. Nice. Now, what else? Straight ahead? Let's go straight ahead. Yeah, let's increase damage. Oh, yeah, baby. Do I like vampires? It's Mega Bonk more. I wish they had Mega Bonk on mobile. It's a dangerous ask. More bounces. Crit damage. Luck. Wait, what is that? Resident Sleeper game? You don't like these games? What do you like, League? Oh no. Crit chance. Quantity. Luck. Attack speed. I want another magnet. Not much of a gamer. Oh. Projectile speed, damage to elites, difficulties, damage to elites. HP regen, armor. Let's get the armor. Okay, now straight ahead and to the left is another shrine. Let's get that. I see it. Hot dog flavor bar. Will you still love me when I'm no longer young and beautiful? Armor. Straight ahead. No? Damn it. I guess I'll have to start putting on makeup. We'll do get ready with me streams. Attack speed. Bro, on Hall's Beauty stream one time, Charlotte Tilbury just casually showed up. And Charlotte Tilbury is like a huge, like, cosmetic brand. on chat. It's crazy. I was like, holy moly. Movement speed. No, Charlotte Tilbury is a brand. It's a company. They're a makeup company, a cosmetic company. Yeah. That industry is crazy. Good money. 0. Let's get the damage up. Yeah. Okay, now what else? Okay, there's that little patch that I haven't discovered yet. Let's go up and to the right. Damn, I cleared this area real quick. There's nothing here? Damn. Everything activated. Wow. Okay, so I guess we'll get the boss. Holy shit. I might be cooked. I might not be prepared for this. Might have made the difficulty a little more than I can handle. Right on time though. Raiders? Is he live? Yes, he is. All right.
Without any sort of user interface.
Let's say hi to Defias. He came back from his Japan trip. He has a lot to share. I want to prod him about his council that he made. What do we say? Let's do Kroot.
Or even things that we didn't provide the context of, right? So
Let's Kroot.
when I first initialized this cluster, I provided a 1
Or yeah.
and all
All right.